So ever since Amazon Prime's dark, gritty, vulgar superhero show The Boys premiered back in 2019, I have been absolutely obsessed with it. Now, if you know me, you could easily say that my love for The Boys is deeply attributed to the subject matter alone of superheroes, and not to mention the cherry on top of the vulgarity and the gore that is involved with the show. But rather, my true admiration for this show stems more from the careful calculation and passion that the creators have to telling a story that not only entertains the viewer, but pushes the envelope both of what we see in front of the camera and the level of depth that they give us with these certain character archetypes. Now, you guys know how much I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe and I almost called it the Justice League, the DCEU universe, just comics, superheroes in general. You guys know how much of a fanboy I am of that stuff, but the type of themes that The Boys handles and tackles, it's just, those wouldn't really fly on those other mediums, except for maybe Invincible, but even then I don't think they could tackle it on the level that The Boys does. So if you haven't watched The Boys, please allow me to explain why.
I mean, they fucking love me.
If you've seen Supernatural, then the name Eric Kripke should ring a bell. After creating and running the show Supernatural for 6 solid seasons of television, because those 6 seasons, like, let's be honest, those are really fucking good seasons, Kripke left Supernatural and moved on to other projects, and one of those projects ended up being The Boys, where he is now the head writer and showrunner. Kripke is hands down the most risky writer that I've ever had the pleasure of laying my eyes on. Yes, we have writers like David Cronenberg that like to push the boundaries with like body horror and stuff like that, but Kripke, what he does with his characters is that anytime something could go wrong in a scene and push our characters further to help them grow even more, Kripke will do it without batting an eye. It's like almost every episode and every scene he starts to write himself into a deeper and deeper corner and then proceeds to do it over and over again, not only because it's a good exercise for him as a writer, but it just makes the characters and the story as a whole much more interesting, because we really, as viewers, never know what's going to happen next. And to go along with that, every episode he pushes the viewer's sensibilities even further, whether that's through intense superhero sex scenes or over-the-top gratuitous gore. It's just his fearless choice to constantly throw his characters further and further down the rabbit hole, along with the gore and just pushing the boundaries of everything. Kripke really is a fantastic storyteller, and is one of the big people that we need to thank for The Boys.
Don't be a pussy, laser my fucking tits.
You simply cannot discuss The Boys without mentioning the gore and vulgarity of the show. Like I mentioned earlier, the show is never afraid to push the viewer's sensibilities, and the show knows what it is, and it sticks true to it regardless of what the mainstream viewers are comfortable with. And that's very, very respectable to me. And I love me some over-the-top vulgarity, but oftentimes the way it's used in most media is for shock and awe factor. But what The Boys does is it kind of flips it on its head, and instead of just having it for shock and awe factor, anytime there are just gratuitous sex, gratuitous violence, language, whatever it may be, anytime that stuff is on the screen, it always plays a narrative purpose. You don't see superheroes having sex for the sake of them having sex, and the same with violence. We don't see people dying or being killed just for the sake of blood. And it all has a careful calculation to the way it's used, and I respect the hell out of the creators for that, because it's often really easy to get carried away with that kind of stuff, just because your creative brain is just flying, you're writing everything that pops to your head. I mean, there's so many options to do, especially within the realm of superheroes when it comes to vulgarity, and it's very respectable that while Kripke does push it far, he never goes too far, and he knows exactly where to pull it in and where to let it go.
No, man, no, you stay back. All of you, stay back. You stay the fuck back, or I'll laser you, goddammit. I'll laser every fucking one of you.
This obviously goes hand in hand with the writing, but I felt like I really needed to dedicate an entire segment to it. So The Boys deals with archetypes that nowadays we are all too familiar with. We all know, at least on a surface level, how loved superheroes are, and to the public eye, just how perfect these beings are and how they're here to rescue the common man. But in The Boys, Kripke just kind of pulls back the layers of these heroes, and we start to see their true colors. Their desire to be loved, respected, or in some cases even feared. Never before in any other superhero production have we seen this level of depth in these archetypes, and I doubt we ever really will outside of The Boys, or maybe Invincible. The show also heavily leans into its meta-ness, often making fun of our current political and economic state, and they do it in in such a way that doesn't come off as preachy or even cheesy. So every new season, it's exciting to see what they're going to poke fun at next. So I think the biggest takeaway from this video is that even with all of the amazing metaphors, allegory, performances, writing, meta-ness, whatever it may be, this show is still just super entertaining on a base level. Shutting your brain off and watching this is just as fun as analyzing it for the deeper meanings. And to me, that's kind of the true magic of the show. It offers something for everyone, whether you're a nerd like me that loves to analyze your entertainment or everything you watch just because it's just fun for you to dive into those deeper meanings, or if you're just one of those people that likes to get home from work and just sit down and watch a show that entertains you and you shut your brain off. That's totally fine, because this show is 100% for everyone. There is something for everyone in this show. Are the sensibilities a little different from person to person? Yes, maybe. So maybe it doesn't line up just right for you and your sensibilities, but at least entertainment value, I do think it'll line up for everyone. And that is why I think The Boys is the best TV show on right now. And I say right now because there are other really good shows out there, especially like Succession, just to name one out of the tons of other ones that are out there. Ted Lasso, The Morning Show, stuff like that just aren't on air right now that I do think are better than The Boys. But The Boys right now airing episodes is the best in my opinion. The first 2 seasons are available on Amazon Prime, as well as the first 4 episodes of season 3, and new episodes drop every Friday, which means that you guys have a lot of time to catch up on the show if you haven't started it already. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and clicking on my face. It really does mean the world to me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys did enjoy. That's all from me for today, guys. Thank you guys again once again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.